Duray set the land speed record at 3 different points between July 1903 and March 1904. He also started 3 IndyCar races, one in 1914 and 2 in 1918, with his best finish being a second at the 1914 Indianapolis 500. Here he sits in his car prior to that race.
Curtner primarily raced in his native state of Ohio. He also started a pair of national championship races in 1922. He finished 14th at Indianapolis and 8th at Uniontown. No pictures available.
Karnatz had several wins on various dirt tracks and board tracks. He started 3 IndyCar races. He finished 3rd at Bridgeville in 1930 and 5th at Akron that same year. Unfortunately, he was killed at Motor City Speedway in Detroit in 1934 when his car blew a tire, causing him to flip violently and leave the car. Here he sits in his car. Opperman is one of the very few people who started the Indianapolis 500 and had previously been a hippie. He was one of the greatest sprint car drivers of all time, usually competing as an outlaw driver who was not affiliated with a specific series, and won the 1971 Knoxville Nationals. Opperman started 8 IndyCar races between 1974 and 1976, getting a best finish of 6th in Ontario in the latter year. Opperman severely injured his head in a crash at the 1976 Hoosier 100. He returned, but was not as competitive. In 1990, he was inducted into the National Sprint Car Hall of Fame in its first class. Here he is after qualifying for the 1974 Indianapolis 500, where he finished 21st. Duray raced in the IRL from 2000 to 2003 and again in 2006. He was the Series Rookie of the Year in 2000 with a second place at Pikes Peak and later won at Kansas in 2002. In his native country of Brazil, Daré has competed in stock cars and motocross. Here he is on his way to victory at Kansas. Camathias competed in the first 7 Champ Car races of 2003, with sponsorship coming from his hometown of Lugano, Switzerland. Camathias' best finish was a 9th in his debut at St. Petersburg. He then moved over to sports cars in Europe and won the GT2 Class Championship for the Le Mans Series in 2006. Here he is at Brands Hatch in 2003, where he finished 13th.